Why is it that some men make you feel like you're crazy? It's not like they're rational in their behavior. I can't tell you the number of mind-numbing dates I've had where I've contemplated overdosing on aspirin. I'm talking about guys acting completely irrational. Here's my story. I had been seeing this guy Travis for the last 4 months. I first met him at a family barbecue about 4 years ago. My best friend was a good friend of his sister, and I was my best friend's +1. When I first met Travis, I found him attractive and enjoyed conversing with him. I wanted to get to know him better at the time, but was relieved I didn't pursue him further after I found out he had a girlfriend who was expecting. So I wrote off that first encounter with Travis as not meant to be and moved on. Fast forward a year, I'm at the grocery store and I noticed this handsome man with a kid checking me out. Before I could process the guy's face, he approached me. Oh God, I thought, I'm not dressed for this. As the man gets closer, he calls my name. Summer, he says. Realizing the man knows me, I focus on his face. As I nod in confirmation, he excitedly says, I thought it was you. How have you been? I suddenly recognized the man's face and blurted, Oh, Travis. I'm great. You look amazing. I almost didn't recognize you. Thanks, he says. I was in a toxic relationship the last few years. When that relationship ended, I committed to taking better care of myself for my daughter. His rambunctious 3-year-old just stared and smiled at us as we talked. Before parting ways, Travis asked if he could have my number. Absolutely, I replied. There was no way he was leaving this store without taking my number. Over the next 2 weeks, Travis and I talked on the phone every day. We would spend hours video chatting and filling each other in on our day. Travis has joint custody of his 3-year-old daughter, so we planned to go out the following weekend when his daughter would be with her mother. The day of our date arrives, and Travis picks me up from my house. You look great, Travis says as he greets me with a hug. Thanks. I remember you told me you love Italian food, so I made reservations at an exclusive Italian restaurant, Travis tells me. Are you ready to go? I nod excitedly as Travis ushers me into his car. I'm only 15 minutes into my date, and Travis has already surpassed all the men I've dated in the last 5 years. At the restaurant, Travis was charming, funny, and engaging. We talked all night, and he held me close as the house band serenaded the crowd. At the end of the date, Travis walked me to my door and kissed me goodnight. It was a fantastic night. I couldn't even fall asleep. I kept replaying the date in my mind all night until exhaustion got the better of me. Travis and I continued to talk and date regularly in the following weeks. If I texted him, he would reply right away. If I called and didn't get an answer, he would call me back. Travis was the most consistent man I had dated. I felt like we were laying the foundation for a successful relationship. After 3 months of dating, we had sex for the first time. Travis invited me to his house. He had spent all day preparing dinner. The meal was cooked to perfection. Afterward, we watched a romantic comedy. I was already having a great time, but the night became amazing when Travis pulled me close to him and we began kissing. As our makeout session intensified, Travis whispered, "Follow me," in my ear. He guided me to his bedroom, where we had the most passionate sex I've had in years. The next day, Travis was up early to meet with a client. We made plans to see each other again the next time he was kid-free, which would be in 2 weeks. We kissed and parted ways. Travis was everything I was looking for in a man: caring, charming, and successful. Unlike other men I've dated with Travis, I felt like I could let down my guard. Everything seemed to be going well with us. But over the next week and a half, Travis and I didn't speak much. I would text him, and my messages went unanswered. This didn't bother me initially because I knew he was busy with his daughter and closing on a significant real estate deal at work. But this wasn't like him. Travis's lack of communication started becoming a problem the closer it got to our date. 2 days before we were supposed to go out, I texted Travis, "Hey, I haven't heard from you all week. Is everything okay? Are we still on for Saturday?" Travis responded, "Oh, hi, Summer. Sorry I haven't been responsive, but I've been busy with work and my little one." But the tone of his message seemed a little off to me. Travis is usually excited and upbeat whenever he responds to me. His text felt different. He seemed cold and withdrawn. So I asked, "Are we okay?" I was expecting Travis to reply with something along the lines of, "Yeah, we're fine. I'm sorry I haven't talked with you, but I'm looking forward to our date this weekend." But instead, Travis accused me of blasting him in a Guys to Avoid group on social media. Confused, I responded, "What are you talking about? I didn't even know groups like that existed." I told him I wouldn't do something like that to him or any guy. But all he would say is, "I don't believe you." When I got upset and told him about himself, he had the nerve to call me crazy. Why am I the crazy person when he concocts a crazy story about me bashing him in a Facebook group? When I got off the phone, I wanted to find that Guys to Avoid group and blast Travis, but I didn't. I'll never let someone make me act out of character. The moment I do, that's when I lose myself to someone unworthy of me. So I stayed calm and let the inevitable happen. We broke up. For a few weeks afterward, I was hurt, cried, and frustrated by the way things ended between us. But then I realized something. Some men call women crazy so they would have an excuse to break up. That way, they can avoid a commitment and continue to play the field. Fickle men sabotage potential relationships to keep their freedom. Things between Travis and me were great until they weren't. I've concluded that Travis met someone new and decided to end things with me. The relationship I thought we were building together was a facade. The time we shared, the conversations we had, and the memories we made didn't mean as much to him as it did to me. But Travis did me one favor. He left my life so the right guy could find me. So for that, I'm appreciative.